Hey guys, it's RJNGaming and we're doing some Battlestations Pacific. For you that have never heard of this game, it's a third person sort of strategy game, all based around naval warfare. I have a team, got quite a good team actually. I'm trying to think who's in my team. I've got FA Harrier, who's the party leader. I've got Away John G and M Cray, so that's my team. The opposing team they have Spartan J99, Lil Sniper 426, Stark someone, and some guy that looks like Gandalf, I don't know, or Gaddafi. For you that haven't played the game, it's basically a first and third person strategy based around sort of naval warfare and aerial warfare, and the objective is well, I'm playing island capture, so the objective about island capture is to capture as many bases as you can and then push the enemy back to their spawn, as it were, and beat them and destroy their HQ and kill all their units. Not many people play the game because the majority of the people that play it are also play like first person shooters like Call of Duty and Battlefield and Halo, so the game used to be very popular but it's sort of taking a backseat at the moment. So these are my units. I have destroyers. You can tell the unit by the sort of icon at the bottom just below the hellfire, which is green, and that tells you who you've got. So I've got 3 Allen N Summers. They are sort of advanced destroyers, sort of just the same. They're quite good destroyers. They're mostly used for taking out other destroyers, raiding enemy headquarters, and anti-submarine warfare, because they have depth charges with these things here, which just show how they work. Hope it's all in the game. Probably not, but they're gonna have to. Yeah, we've got someone that actually has a mic, which is good, so we'll be able to sort of coordinate. Hi. Are you by any chance Scottish? Yeah. Have you ever heard of RJNGaming? Nice, that's nice. Alright, because I'm recording for them just now, so I'm doing a bit of commentary, so you can join in if you want. So at the moment, the objective, I'll just show you, these are my units here. The guy in front of me, Away John G, he has the exact same units as me. I think he's got 3 destroyers, same as mine. So what we're going to do is, I have a fleet here, so I'm going to tell my fleet to attack their Fubuki class, which is also destroyers. I'm going to change the formation just now, just to put it in an aggressive stance. So I'll push this one over here, and the second one up here, and we'll put the one aggressive so they fight harder. Let's see, over defensive, defensive. That's not aggressive. Yeah, definitely gonna need them. And yeah, just fix the preferences, fix the voice preferences. I just realised I did it for all the preferences. Wait, sorry, just trying to fix that there, guys. Yeah, so you can see we're just about to engage these enemies here. I'm going to put all my units on water damage, so the enemy torpedoes don't get to us. What's this ship you're doing? I'm going to man this myself. The Fubuki, which is the ship I'm going up against now, I don't know if you can see it, it's also a destroyer. It has the exact same, torpedoes, artillery. It's an anti-ship ship. I know it sounds really stupid, but you do get some ships that aren't actually anti-ship. There are a majority of ships that are actually sort of designed for different things. So at the moment I'm just going to spread some torpedoes all around here, so I'm going to lose this ship definitely unless I have their including which is already on. These are little sort of ability things that help you win the game a little bit more. So I'm going to get a nice spread of torpedoes around here before you lose this unit. I'm going to command this unit in, and he's going to be my wee bushwhack, because there we go, there's no torpedoes there, pit. So at the moment what we're trying to do is capture this island here, because this island here gives us all the good units like the battleships and the air units, island has a different unlock. So some of them could be like this one, which is designed to give you air units. Others could be just used. Oh shit! I just hit a friendly boat with a torpedo, I do believe, which is never good. I'm taking a lot of fire here. Gonna need to try move over here. So as you can see, I'm sort of getting my ass kicked here because I survived. How the fuck did I survive that? I should have lost that. That there. Sorry, I was meant to say that there is a tone. Sorry, no, it's not. It's a Mogami class. That's a tone. It's a heavy cruiser. Heavy cruisers are like one step below a battleship. Then you've got your light cruisers, which are normally sort of used for anti-submarine warfare or quick escorts for ships and stuff like that. And then you've got these guys here, which are non destroyers, which are sort of anti-ship destroyers. They have the guns they have. They're just standard guns, but they're just that little bit more powerful and they do a little bit more damage. Now, what's happened here? I know I'm not doing very good commentary. It's my first commentary doing like a strategy game, so I'm really sorry. Please try to bear with me. Because I'm a destroyer, the enemy isn't really looking at me at the moment because it's just going big, massive, chunky boat that needs to get killed. So at the moment they're really not looking at me. They're looking at maybe I think it's the Mogami. I think my allies have light cruisers. Yeah, they're going for those Northampton cruisers over there. However, they've not spotted me until right now, which is bad. So I'm gonna die. So my, your ship takes a lot of damage in some occasions. So it could be some stupid things from from a fire on board the ship to sort of like the more serious things such as torpedoes or engine damage, etc., etc. It just depends on what exactly it is that's wrong. But the game's really good. As the bit I'm going to try to throw it out for you. You can pick it up on Xbox Live Marketplace for about £5 or £6. No, not in the Marketplace. Sorry, that's a lie. On Marketplace for about £15 or something. It's relatively cheap. It's not an expensive game. The DLC is also really cheap, which is a really big bonus for the game. So if you're thinking about getting it, that might be another reason why you should get it. I don't know. I think the community is really friendly. The game is really easy to pick up. If you're relatively new or you're not really into this game, you don't really you want to try it out. You don't really want to play it. It's really easy to get to grips with. It's one of those games that you pick up and you play the first 2 or 3 missions of the campaign and you know how to play the game completely, which is really, really good. Tap Dog 29 came on. Bastard. I need to miss him. I'm gonna get another video with this guy, that guy there. Tap Dog. Maybe my brother, who's Linus, is on the bed at the moment. Because Tap Dog's really good at Battlestations even. So yeah. So I'll just run you quickly while I'm sailing away through the units. You've got your destroyer there. A PT boat, which is sort of like your scout, really light. It's took out really easily. They only cost about 50 points. You've got your Fletcher. The one I'm using just now is an upgrade of the Fletcher. Your LST, which is your landing ship. They're not really well armoured. You've got your CL, which is your cruiser light, and this is the Cleveland. That's quite a fast ship. It travels I think about 32 knots, so that's a really quick ship. You've got your CA, which is your Northampton class. That's a heavy cruiser, and they travel at 28 knots. They're the second strongest ship type after the battleship. Then you're just back to that. Sadly, with the map we got didn't really have much air units, because if they had air units, I'd be hoarding them out and sort of showing you all the fancy air shit you can do. Bombing runs with torpedo fight bombers like the Avenger, or you can get B-29, B-17, and you can get Japanese Oka carriers. You can get some really fucking insane units. What a guy. So we're just about to capture this island. Now the reason why this island is important, because I don't know if you can see, battleship, cruiser light, PT boats, submarines. That's one of the main ones, is the fact that you get submarines, because submarines, obviously underwater, anything above a cruiser light doesn't have depth charges except for these tiny little planes here. Which I'm gonna need to see the nerves of that. If this is a recon piece, that's fine. This is probably my recon piece. Yeah, it's a recon piece. It's at a peak. So the game's really good. The reason why I made the video was because of, like I used to play the game a lot, and it sort of like started getting less and less popular. And before you knew it, there was basically like no people playing it. Well, there are people playing it, but it's mostly Americans that play it. So it's the game doesn't really get the recognition that it really deserves, because I mean it's a fabulous game. I won't even doubt it. You don't get like if you've ever played Halo Wars or Ruse or Command and Conquer, and you've said to yourself, because I know I've said it to myself a lot, oh, I wish I could be, I wish I could control that tank or blah blah blah. This actually lets you control the units. For example, any area it's sort of dark like this here, you can't see their units and they can't see your units, so that's really good, because that means you could have like heavy bombers waiting to ambush one of their not supply combos, like maybe one of their flotillas, torpedo bombers or submarines hiding under the water waiting for them to pop into range, or something, or them to slip up. It's an unbelievably good game, and it just doesn't get the recognition because everyone that used to play it has decided Call of Duty's come out and so's Battlefield, and this game doesn't get played anymore, and it's a pity because I'm getting hit with more torpedoes, which is great. I'm gonna start spreading them. It's one of the best games I've honestly ever played, and I'm not just saying that because I'm making this video. I mean, it's truly a great game. I'm gonna kill that shit quick. Haha, you feel. In terms of in comparison to other strategy games, it's maybe not the best strategy game, I'll admit. It's more sort of, actually, I will say it, yeah, it is a strategy game. I was going to say it's not a strategy game, but it is sort of when you think about it, which is a real shame, because there aren't people, you say, oh yeah, it's a strategy game, and everyone's sort of like, yeah, that game's not getting played anymore. But it's one of those strategy games that you want to play, you want to pick it up, you want to go and wage war on the Japanese. The campaign's amazing. The campaign follows the Americans just after the events of Lake Island. How you say, Nathan? After the Battle of Midway, so you've got the Americans, and they're pushing the Japanese back, and it's all about their fight. And then on top of that, you've got the Japanese campaign, what their attack plans were if they were successful in the Pacific. Going to march into America, strike on the east coast of America. It's all, it's a historic game, but by God, it's brilliant. The campaign's amazing. You get really intense fights with the campaign. You don't see coming from anywhere at all. So it's a really good game, and it's just a pity that it doesn't really get the recognition that it really does deserve. At the moment, I'm just sort of trying to capture this airbase here, because that's not this airbase, this base here. So if I can capture this base here, what that then means is that we can get battleships. However, I'm gonna have to send my destroyers elsewhere once we get this ship yard area thing, because what's gonna happen is there's guys here that are gonna spawn battleships, and battleships are the most amazing things ever in a game. I won't even kid you. You thought, I know there are games online that let you play as battleships, but nothing beats Battlestation Pacific when you're actually the battleship. You're taking the guns, and you're selecting your targets, and you're looking, and you're like, right, what do I want to attack? When do I want it to be attacked? You need to prioritise, because there could be shit like, they could have a battleship coming up that is isn't a really strong battleship, but you think, damn, it's a battleship nonetheless. And you go away and you start attacking it, and you wouldn't really need to attack it. So it's a game about being selective and picking the right moment to strike. At the moment, I'm just sort of trying to do like a torpedo kamikaze run on their heavy cruisers, because their heavy cruisers will just attack the middle island that we have, and then they'll take out our thing. So I don't know. I'm toying between either battleship or submarine, because if I go to submarine, that's a lot of kills. but they have a destroyers and unlock, and destroyers, I don't know if I said it earlier on, are anti-submarine warfare. They will just kill, that submarine no matter what it takes. So I just can't believe I've lived this long against these cruisers, which is actually really strange because you very rarely will ever, do a good job against cruisers, which I'm surprisingly doing. And this cruiser doesn't seem to be wanting to shoot at me. I think he's probably going for the base. You can see, these guys are really heavily armoured. I'm getting virtually no armour compared to these guys, and I'm amongst them, shooting them. My main priority right now is going to be a landing ship. So they're just going to bomb it. Ah, I see why they don't want to kill me. Right, come on lads, kill me, come on. So they don't want to shoot me because I have that's what it is. They want to neutralise the shipyard. Probably should have seen that coming perhaps. Because what they've done by neutralising the shipyard, they've stopped us from being able to get any good ships. We can't get the submarines that I'm dying to get. I can't get my submarines. If I can't get my submarines, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. Because if I had those subs right now, those bloody cruisers would be absolutely destroyed. Because that's all they're doing. So all they're doing is bringing up these Mogamis, cruiser light. Wait, why are they bringing up cruiser light and PT boats? PT boats are just the most. I don't know what you call them in England or America or anywhere else in the world. I think they might just be a universal thing, but the midges, they're a bit like mosquitoes. They don't really suck your blood. They just bite it and have a wee nibble, and then they're like, and then they go away and they explode. But that's what it is. It's Kumas. These things here are the worst things ever. They're Kuma torpedo cruisers, and they're light cruisers armed with hundreds of torpedoes, and they're just horrible because they can fire 50 to 60 torpedoes per ship. If someone gets active reloader on, and I'll tell you what active reloader is in a minute. But they're the worst. Why is my ship built on torpedoes? Because you're hacking, Nathan. What are you doing? Get your ship on free fire. So I'm gonna have to get amongst these guys, because if I don't, they're just gonna wreak havoc. And you can see them already going broadside to drop all those torpedoes. See, that's them going now. You can see the fish dropping. But thankfully, this guy hasn't been very smart in his positioning of his Kumas, and he's positioned them quite nicely right next to me. So I'm gonna get a couple of torpedoes off. So I'm not gonna lose this ship. So I'm gonna trade this ship in. I'm gonna lose this ship purposefully and strategically get some heavy cruisers. I'm gonna get some heavy cruisers. Lost that. Need to go here. Heavy cruisers take like a fuckload. What do I want? Fast or heavy? Fast or heavy? I'll go for fast first of all, because to be honest, they're not really looking at our ships at the moment. If you're still, please, I actually really hope you're actually still watching this game. Look through it and it's not Call of Duty or Halo, Leave or something like that, because this is a really good game. Price wise, you can pick it up online at the Xbox 360 marketplace for about £15, which is a couple dollars American money. However, you can get it pre-owned at any game shop or game station or Blockbusters or whatever for maybe about £5, maybe even £4 if you get really lucky. It won't be above £10, I can tell you that, because it's the game was made a wee while ago, so no, this is a really good game, and it's just a pity that people don't actually play it anymore. When was it made? It was made 2009. There was a game before it called Battlestations Pacific. You might have heard of that one, but this is the sequel. There's a lot of room that there's another game going to be coming out. The games sell really well. You get hundreds of thousands of copies being sold in a minute or two it being released. It's just the people complete the campaign and get to a high rank and leave, and that's a good thing. I'm trying to say you can't see people's levels, but if you get to this level called a Fleet Admiral, you unlock something called the Lightning for the Americans, and it's basically the first ever Lightning aircraft. It flies about 600 kilometers an hour, which is really, really, really fast, right? and it's got amazing armour, it's got amazing guns. You just go into a fight with Shindans, which is a Japanese advanced fighter. It's an unlocked unit, and you own the Shinden, and the Shinden is really good. It's really fast, it's really agile. It's got these amazing big massive guns on it, so it's really really good. So that's absolutely great. That one, and then the one for the Japanese, I think it's called a Kika, or a Cake, or a Kaka, I don't know. And that is a sort of like a, how would I describe it? It's a bit like a bomber. It's not like a B-52 bomber. It's a bit like a Stuka or a fighter bomber, if you know what I mean when I say fighter bomber. Not many people do it. But what it is, it's like a fighter bomber that I'm just going to watch these torpedoes going because they could get a good strike on that Mogami. Perhaps not, they're going to die out. Oh, I've got a Jake attacking me, fuck you, wee dick. You can get a lot of stuff for this game, unit wise. The Kakala is like a fighter bomber. It's amazing. I mean, if I'm honest, it's probably one of the best fighter bomber units you can get. And the reason why it's so good is because it's jet propelled as well, and you'll know when you play as a Japanese the power of jet units because you will unlock the Oka carrier, and not for any spoilers. I'm just going to say Oka carrier, suicide, Tien. Think of a jet crashing into a ship travelling at the speed of sound, packed with explosives, and you get to pilot that in. That's how awesome that is. So yeah, that's sort of good as well. That's really good. That thing carries 2 bombs. Carries your normal 500 kilogram bomb, but what makes that so special is that the bomb itself, because you're travelling so fast and you're travelling at like such excessive speed when you attack, the bomb does extra damage because the faster you go with a fighter bomber, the more damage you do. So that's it's really really good. So that gets really great and exciting and crazy. You're sitting there, you're like, wow, I just blow the shit out of that shit, and it's all no, it's really good. But if you do get on this, it's not joint session in progress stuff. It's when you're in a fight, and it can be up to it can be hours if I'm honest. I think the longest fight I ever had. Oh, I just missed my ship's coming in the thing. But the longest ever fight I think I've ever had in this game was about 2 hours. I think it was 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. I can't remember what the match you can go as. You can games that last 3 hours. It could be like this. You're trying to hold out this area, and that's the way this one game was, and it was insane because the amount of people you had in the game, and it was amazing. I couldn't whack it, if I'm honest. I couldn't find anything to follow that game that I was in. Wait, there's my cruisers there. I'm gonna switch to these bad boys. We're gonna need to take out that landing boat, or that landing boat's gonna own us. Alright, let's get going, lads. The cruiser light has significantly more guns than the destroyer, however they aren't as powerful as the heavy cruiser. The main guns are, I think they're like 50 kill. Everything else your standard guns whatsoever. But you don't have torpedoes on this either, so that's another massive disadvantage, but you are more manoeuvrable than many of the smaller boats. Many of the larger boats, sorry, you're more manoeuvrable than you could argue you're more manoeuvrable than some of the enemy or the allied destroyers, because the destroyers are unbelievably agile. But sometimes you get good ships like this and you just go straight away, and nothing stops you. Your turning angle could be absolutely insane. Oh, this isn't good. Good. I think we're gonna lose that island. If we lose that island, all they're gonna do is spam off battleships, which means this game's gonna go from being nice and happy and everyone watching it to everyone watching me get my ass handed to me by a bunch of battleships. Which yeah, they neutralised it, which is not good. And this guy here I'm just gonna show you. This is part of the reason why I hate this fucking game. This guy here has spawned off a bunch of landing ships in the hope that he can somehow slip a landing ship, 3 landing ships, right, past all of this. Now, I'm doing pretty well holding these guys off, right? I'm not gonna blow one trumpet, right? But when you consider there's 2 heavy cruisers and a light cruiser attacking me, and I brought in 2 light cruisers and I'm doing this well, you know, credit needs to be due somewhere, and this guy just clearly doesn't get the whole idea about units that you need to put in. And oh shit, this guy here, however, does. FFA warrior. He's got he's got a heavy cruiser, so I think me and him are going to form like a blockade here, capture this, and then I know I'm getting a battleship. I don't care. I know I'm bitched about battleships a second ago, but it's different when you need the battleship. Because what they're doing is they're just going to spawn heavy cruisers this way, and don't know why. I just believe that we seem to be further away from them. I know that might sound really pathetic and stupid, but to me we are significantly further away than them. So for the moment, well, at the moment, just now, my plan is just to try hold this ship where it is for as long as I can, but I really doubt it's going to happen because of what's hitting me. You know, I've got that Mogami hitting me, and I think I'm just going to have to go and forward charge it, which is a pity. Because if I didn't have to forward charge, I'd be able to take it out, but it's not to be, so let's do it. And then yeah, that Mogami's definitely shooting me. I'm trying to think, how long until these Marine Raider guys capture this, because this should just go badoosh. I don't know whether to leave it, see if this guy can hold off and then get the battleship, or oh god, I'm gonna hold off, and I will happily admit if this all goes to shit, this was all my doing. They should be able to hold out, you know, get LSTs going in. Oh, I wanted to spectate. Ah, shit it. Oh, come on, I don't know. I really don't know. Are you guys moving? That one's moving. Come on, baby. Come on, capture this island, capture that island. Any minute now. I think it's gonna take a couple minutes. So I'll just talk to you over the map. On the left hand side where you can see all the coloured buttons, that's your control panel, so that sort of tells you everything to do. You can deploy units from here like that. See, that's me picking a unit. And you can, at the top you can see the points, so this game ends once one team reaches 3,000 points, which looks like it's going to be the Americans. Over here, you know, you've got your bases, this is your base. These CA, all the circles with the letters in them, that's the information about what you can get. So that's like improved accuracy, shield, unit spawn. Can't see it from the middle because we have another catching it. That shows you the health of everything. So you see that's all full health. This naval supplies, I believe that shows you the failures, etc., so on and so forth. I don't think I'm gonna capture this HQ for some reason. And to be honest, I've spent most of the game out. The greens sort of thing you can see turning and moving is the radar, and that's for most. I think that's only destroyers that have radar, and that's just to pick up submarines within the area so they can get under torpedoes. Stuff. Yeah, that's obviously, you know, water, shallow beach, rocks, blah blah blah. Attention to detail in the game is also really good, which I believe is a key point. If you're wanting just maybe to skip this, because, you know, I don't know, skip it maybe a minute or two, maybe 3 or 4 minutes, I don't know. Probably won't be a minute or two, it'll be a couple minutes, because what's going to happen is these 2 boats here, don't know what the hell's happened to them, but this boat here with this guy in there, see, he's got to come in, that's a troop transport, so he'll just deploy troops here. Actually, I think it's going to go, I don't even think you're going to need to. For some reason it says I still hold those guns, because those guns are blue. They're not flashing blue, they're solid, they're sort of light blue. We're going to get that, there we go, and let's get a big, nasty battleship. Let's get a South Dakota, let's get from South Dakota. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the South Dakota battleship. This is by far one of the worst battleships in the game, however, battleship nonetheless, so I'm gonna beach him right here. No, actually, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go on a thunder run with my fellow men. And we're gonna take everything out. I'm not saying that. Like, fire. You can see they're all now. All the ships have now turned and looked at me, and then they've decided that they're attacking me, not anyone else. Which is bad because it means I'm going to get all the torpedoes from every single one of these ships on me any minute now. There it is. Any minute now, you're going to see them, they're going to take out my engines and then I'm going to get killed. Yep, there it is. Keep moving here. No, actually I might move backwards. I'm going to move backwards because I'm not gonna hold this ship. I'm going to lose this ship. This is a battleship, guys. Bear in mind, you know, they're heavy cruisers, but they are in no shape or form, you know, stronger or better than a battleship. And I'm a battleship, and I'm getting my ass handed to me. And it most probably is just the amount of numbers that they have. You know, I'm getting my ass handed to me. What's going to happen is probably a couple of guys around me here, they're also going to go for battleships. Just realised I've not checked my phone recently. Can't find my phone, which is great. I'm expecting a text message from the wife. Come on, I'm not married. Don't get married. People don't get married. Or do get married, but not when you're young. Oh, fuck. Yeah, right, I'm going to show you some play with these narwhals. They're your basic sort of submarine. You know, they do quite a bit of damage, don't do too much, however, I'd argue that their main job is, yeah, they really are a recon, so, yeah, I'm gonna get this one to this flotilla here. Sick. This guy here, he has an Iowa. Oh god, you son of a bitch. The Iowa, oh, come on, let me go to periscope, let me auto command, I'm gonna auto command this one here, right. I'm gonna keep it at 2 so I can get up the periscope. You're gonna see this here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Iowa battleship. It is extremely tough and powerful. You actually, the closer you're gonna get to it, because sadly we don't have a zoom. But the Iowa, you know, it is an amazing battleship. Really strong, unbelievably agile. You know, for a battleship, you know, it's the best battleship in the American. Well, I'd argue, in terms of, you know, ability to unlock, it's probably one of the easiest to unlock and the easiest to like get. That's just the exact same thing anyway. They're the easiest to, you know, man. They're the easiest to handle. They are incredibly fast for a battleship. You know, these things travel at about 23, 24 knots, and that's a battleship. Think of the weight of a battleship. You know, you're looking at 24, 25, 26 tons, maybe 100. I'm not 26 tons. What are you talking about? About 300, 400 tons, and these things travel at, you know, half the speed of a destroyer. Now a destroyer is light, and those things travel really fucking fast, so it must be saying something. These things have the ability just to crush, you know, an entire fleet. Look at that, we were swarmed, and now it's got to the stage that they're having to send units over there like that, because they can't physically bring themselves on this. Which is awesome. And there's some torpedoes from, there are some allied torpedoes strafing me. We're close to victory, which is awesomely good, because it means I can get this terrible video over. I've lost a submarine, one of my own submarines are sort of shooting at me. Naughty. I might surface, should I surface and then use my cannons on it, or just leave it? Check for hits. Well, I think we got a couple hits here. Gonna get my... Oh, those bastards, they always do that. We're close to winning anyway, so I think at the moment what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple destroyers from here again, bring them down. Joshua's awake, people. Joshua's awake. Joshua, do you like to say anything while I've announced your return from the dead? Would you like to say anything to the nice people that have been kind enough to watch this video? Or are you just going to go back to sleep? Yeah, he has. This is sort of why PT boats are despised by everyone, especially myself. They are, you know, they're like the scourge of the universe. They just hit you with tons and tons and tons of torpedoes and then leave. You know, it's so that can do. This battle's pretty much over. Not much really more that I can actually say just now because you know battle's over. Pretty much, you know, this is definitely chances of America losing here are unbelievably slim. However, you know, I have seen stuff like this happen where it looks like that one team's going to lose, and then at the last minute, you know, something like this, the destroyers push right through. But I really don't see that happening because we've got, you know, an Iowa hitting down to the base, you know, moving. Look at our destroyers moving round the. Just what's this called here? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, what's it called when they come round the island like that? And you're gunning. What do you call that? Headlock. Yeah, you know, we've got our units crossing. You know, their units are trying to cross the headlock. We are set to aggressive fight, and they'll probably or aggressive or defensive because technically we're attacking, but we're gonna put this ship right up the top. Now this just sort of boosts your ships a wee bit quicker. Put them on weapon damage. No, always put your destroyers on water damage. I was gonna say put them on that, but I thought I'm doing a video. Right. So that unit's going 43 knots, however you tell your unit to jump 48, and this one's going 41 knots, which is really good. I'm going to take this lead ship and commence my first torpedo spray. Do it about here. That cruiser's sitting still, which is really good, so I'm just going to spray about it. Front and back, just to sort of stop it from pulling away. I'm going to try getting nice and close. You can see the enemy torpedoes coming at me. My torpedoes going at them. I think before anything happens, I'm going to probably go to the second one here, and I'm going to have this up. So I think I'm going to hit my ally, I'm going to hit my ally. Let's start aiming for these destroyers because these destroyers are going to be hellish to me. But look at that for a torpedo hit. Every one of those torpedoes that I sent at the start hit, except from 4 or 5. You know, when you think about that in a war sense, you know, it's 4 out of 5 tanks that you send against. There we go. Never mind, doesn't matter. Forget the analogy. That's the Japanese base that has surrendered because we reached the score. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully, you know, I'll try to get a game that I've got people I can actually talk to and communicate. We'll get a longer game that lasts about an hour or something because these games are really good. You know, they get really interesting, really competitive. They can get quite aggressive sometimes, which is also very good. You know, a lot of people talk smack, which is absolutely brilliant. Games just saving at the moment. That's it. So you can see, in terms of score, I came second overall. In my team, I was second anyway. I was second place. Overall, I was second place. You just need to look at the scores there. Yeah. Primary objective complete. Capture as many supply bases as you can. Defeat the enemy and defend your headquarters. Done that. Oh, so close to ranking up. Oh, I'm on this even first class. Well, guys. Oh, that's the stuff I got. Destroyed 10 enemy units in game with destroyers. Done that. Score 10 magazine engine failure for fuel tank kits. Also done that. And that's us. So thanks for watching, guys. Please let me know if you liked the video. Not sure if you will, obviously, because it's not like a first person shooter, like I said. But let us know if you liked the video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Tell us how we can improve. Also, could you please try spread the word of the channel? I'm looking some of it. I don't know. Someone messaged me on this and let us know. Do we once one of our videos are finished, do you have the option to watch another video? If not, let me know you know, how I can make that possible. And let us know if you also want us to do any other games. We've got quite a large variety of games. Well, largest variety. Not we've not got like Mass Effect 3 because I don't like Mass Effect. I'm sorry for all the Mass Effect fans, but don't really like it. But you know, let us know what you want to see, and let me know how I can improve upon like the videos that we make. And that's pretty much everything, guys. So you know, thanks for watching. Like I said, please comment, rate, subscribe, and everything else. So thank you, guys. Bye bye.